talking about...
I can put on some light.
Yes. You can put the curtain behind you.
Yeah. No, let me see here. Okay. That's it.
That's good. So we were talking about whether the mind leads us or we are led by the mind. So when we live our life in awareness, we find 99% we are led by the mind.
Yeah.
One example, there is a fear of death. Do I know the date of the death? I don't know the date, time, location. So it means that fear of death is unknown to me. Fear of death is unknown to me, it means. Now, how can I have a fear which is not known to me? How I can have a fear which is unknown to me? No, there is something else. The mind says it is not the fear of unknown. I will lose what is known to me, what I possess. I possess body, breath, mind, intellect. I possess some wealth. I possess home. I possess car. So I have a fear of losing all of them. That is known as the fear of death. Ask anyone, oh, no, I'm scared of the death. So what is the date of your death?
No.
We don't know. Ask those people who say that, So we are led by the mind. And this is the greatest delusion we have. We have a fear of losing what we possess, what we have. And if you say the death comes to us and we say, okay, whatever you possess, whatever you have, I can take you there to the death. Still we will be scared of death? No. Because everything is going with me, so there is no death at all. So we have to contemplate and reflect again and again all those instinctive, impulsive nature. And when we are aware of the fact, as such, there is no fear. It is the fear of unknown which is unwarranted in life. Then we start understanding what the life is. What the life is. So what the life is? Oh, life is, everyday situation changes, condition changes, people changes, relationship changes. One day, Philippe, you get upset with the Philippe. Other day, you get upset with the Jack. Third day, you are happy with the Philippe, and fourth day, you are happy with it. But they are outer situations in life, outer relations in life. Outer situations and relations. So it means the first challenge in the life, how to deal with the outer situations. Situation means what? Event means what? Just there may be one or more than one person. Then there is a time. Then there is a place, and it is expressed by a thought. That is the situation. So situation remains outside. You have to think in this line. So when you think in this line, then ask the mind, do you have any problem? No, it is in the situation. My mind reflects that situation is a problem, that talk is a problem, that Relationship has a problem. That relationship or event or a situation has a pleasure or happiness. They remain outside. It remains outside. It is very challenging because we are so much deeply attached with the situation, with the people, with the relationship. So now see that situation, event, relationship, minus attachment or detachment, then ask the mind, do I have a problem? No, I don't have any problem. So now the hard point comes that, oh, is this the way to live in the world day by day? Yes. Constantly live in the world day by day. Every day we have a situation, we have an event, we have a particular relationship, and the mind brings forth some kind of a thought. That thought contains the knowledge. That knowledge may be pertaining to frustration, being upset, or pleasure. As such, there is no happiness or peace in any situation, in any condition, in any relationship. Except one relationship, I relate to myself, I find my true nature, and that true nature is of the nature of peace and happiness. So nothing can disturb that peace and happiness at all. So many people say, I intellectually understand. Oh, that's better. First, you intellectually understand. And intellectual understanding is from the head. So bring this knowledge to the heart where the attachment lives, where the pleasure seeking lives. So that knowledge goes to the heart. So you recognize where lies the attachment, where lies the emotional dependence. So if you closely examine attachment and so called emotional dependence, you will see that this mind is bringing forth attachment, likes and dislikes, joy and the sorrow in a particular situation and event. That situation and event does not contain that. So the master says the power of discernment. Power of discernment. We have to separate in the mind, in our knowledge, here is an attachment and here there is no attachment. So attachment with the situation, stress, anxiety, fear, and the suffering. Stress with no attachment, situation is neutral to me. I give interpretation. Do you see that? I give interpretation. Mango tree does not say I am sweet. I give the interpretation of sweetness. Same way, I give an interpretation of an event with a person that it causes me the stress. It puts me into anxiety and reaction. But the fact is that it is not there. That is the meaning. Mind is leading us. Mind is living our life. We are not living our life. And when the mind is living our life, that mind is an animal mind. We have discussed many a times. That mind is an animal. What is animal mind? Animal mind is instinctive, impulsive. What is impulsive and instinctive? Impulsive means it follows the habit. It follows the knowledge it has gathered for millions of years. Impulsive also means if I have an impulsive meaning, then my life becomes habitual and mechanical like the animals. So who is contemplating over that issue? Two human beings in this session. So what is the difference between the animal mind and the human mind? So we have an intellect. Intellect is a free will, free choice. I have an option to choose. I was looking at the Discovery Channel. The entire, in a herd of monkeys, which one is stronger is supposed to be the king, and he has the right to mate with anyone. And for that they fight. They kill the opponent, and the opponent may be the brother. It is impulsive. Same thing, with all the animal species. Sometimes the female is the stronger in a herd, like like what you say, uh, the wild dogs or or some other species where the hyenas where the female leads. Female says keep a distance, and they keep a distance. You can come to me. Yes, they can come. Otherwise, they kill. They kill for the. So that if that is only an option with the animals, we have an option to choose free intellect, free will. I have a choice not to be impulsive, but let the mind be guided by the knowledge. And that understanding is known as the discernment. I discern. Discern means I separate the deluded part of the stress and suffering and the anxiety from my life. Why? Because that delusion causes the anxiety, and as such, the anxiety does not exist. Krishna, the great master, says, we are not worthy of suffering. So we are going step by step. So we started with the fear of the death, and then we started how all kinds of the stress and suffering, how it is caused. So it is caused by the delusion, and the delusion is caused by the attachment and detachment, and we keep on emotional dependence. And then what happens? In any impulsive action, pay attention, in any impulsive action in our life, whether we are deeply attached to someone or we are not, or we react to someone, in any deluded thought, speech, and action, the intellect is stripped of its ability to discern. Means what? The mind is so much heavy on the intellect that intellect is not able to think and reflect on that event. It is an intellectual paralysis. So, what happens in paralysis? The mind has to lead the intellect. When the mind has to lead the intellect, there is no choice. So, what is left? I'm suffering. I have lot of problem. What should I do? I have lot of anxiety. It is not there, but my mind thinks. In a dark room, when you go and there is some noise, and you say, what happened? Who is there? That causes. So intellectual paralysis. Human being is endowed with an intellect to have a clarity, to have an option. We have a free will. We have a choice to choose either impulsive nature or simply by understanding I drop the impulsive nature, emotional dependence drops, attachment drops, the mind goes into the state of the calmness. Now, see, one more point is very important, I'm reminded of. Four thinking impulsively, for speaking impulsively, for acting impulsively, I have to do nothing. I have to do nothing. Mind is always ready. But to move away from that impulsive nature, I have to make an effort. I have to make an effort. I have to think. I have to listen. I have to do the practice. But for impulsive nature, I have to do nothing. You're lying down on the bed and your mind has an imaginary fears, and you wake up and you say, oh, I have a fear all around. You have to do nothing. So our master have recognized that it is the laziness of the mind, inertness of the mind also is one of the major causes of our suffering. I have a fear, yes, and then I am beset with the fear. I say, no, I have need not to think. I have a fear. And that causes anxiety and reaction and duality. Understanding is very important in Eastern wisdom. It says no faith. Faith so much that faith. What is that faith or belief? That you start learning and listening. And when you start learning and listening, you recognize that, oh, last example, another example I always give, that you are dreaming, tiger is chasing you, you are sweating. Who is recognizing? The dreamer is recognizing that you are sweating and the tiger is chasing you. Is it right? Does the dreamer care? Dreamer is recognizing that you are afraid. Tiger is chasing you, but dreamer is happy. Dreamer is happy. That's how you recognize the dream. And you return from the dream, the mind impulsively creates the reaction in the body. You may be sweating, but the moment you wake up from the dream, you don't see the tiger. The tiger is gone, the imaginary tiger is gone, but still you are sweating. Your palpitation of the heart is faster. That kind of a delusion takes over in our so-called the waker life, and in waking life, then only we feel anxious, reaction, duality, conflict, problem, suffering. At least, that dream does not last long, but we live in another dream in the waking state that I am suffering. Is due to the mind leading us, mind living our life. We are not living. That is the message of the teachings of the masters. Close your eyes. Close your eyes and eyes are closed.
Wait.
And adjust and find the most comfortable position of the door. Eyes are closed. Adjust and align your body. So why we say we are being comfortable, we raise self-awareness. Simple. Calmness and relaxation is secondary, but at least what happens, we raise awareness. Why we raise awareness? We are moving to the intellect. Oh, how it is possible? That is what is happening to us. What we discuss, that is what happens to us. So say that you're looking at the neck joint, be there, feel the sensation, comfort and steadiness. Look at, you see now see, just we are just being aware. We are not doing anything to the body. We are not doing anything to the mind. We are raising our awareness to look at the shoulder joints, feel, feel and experience sensation, comfort and steadiness, and then look deeper inside the space. The space is awareness, and awareness is the space. Now, awareness is the space, is awareness. Do you have a fear of the space? No. No fear of the space. No, a fear of loneliness. Why loneliness? Because we are attached with something, attached to something. So when we practice more and more, we find deeper inside it is just the space and a blankness, that very attachment goes away. Look at the entire body. Look at the entire body. Feel the sensation, comfort, and steadiness. And look inside. You see the space. Space is awareness, and awareness is space. You know, when you see the space, means you are bypassing all these impulsive thoughts and feelings. That is what it is, my friend. Now, see, go to what I use the word. We are taking this being carefree to a deeper level. Unwanted, unwelcome thoughts. So you are aware of unwanted, you are aware of unwanted, unwelcome thoughts. So I also talked about that. That is the lane one of the mind. At the same time, if we are aware of the thoughts, means what, we are separate from the thoughts. So when we are separate from the thoughts, we are keep watching, keep watching. Thought comes, goes away. Thought comes, goes away. Thought come and go in lane one. Lane two is observer. Observer. What the observer is separate from the observed. Once we live into that awareness, that is another way we say it is discernment. So what is happening? A great change is taking place, not only in your mind, but also in the body. What happens? The mind is losing its habit of being impulsive, habitual, and that brings the sense of being carefree. It is so simple, yet not so simple. But by regular practice, so we add some quality in being carefree. And that is what is sensation, relaxation, and stillness. You're going deeper. With the same steps, we are understanding at a very subtle level. So you look at the head and the neck mentally, and then experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. You look within and find a sense of calmness. How do you find the sense of calmness? Calmness, find out any sensation inside, inside head and the neck. And space inside head and the neck is a sense of quietness. But the fact is, the mind with its habitual thoughts are kept too far. With its habitual thoughts are kept too far. Too far means it does not, so called, it does not touch the mind. The result is sensation, relaxation, stillness, and calmness and quietness. So it happens due to the knowledge, because that knowledge is removed by the knowledge removes that ignorance. That is why we find that sensation, relaxation, and stillness. So look at the right arm mentally, means you are aware of the right arm. You feel sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Look inside, calmness and quietness. So now there is no barrier. Mind is now not leading us. We are leading the mind through the intellect by knowledge is the cause of our relaxation. So the knowledge is the supreme, my friend. To move the mind on the left arm, be there, feel the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Look inside, calmness and quietness. So we repeat, constant repetition means that we are changing the nature of the mind. You cannot catch physically what is impulse, but we can do it by knowledge, living in that state of passivity. That is the cause of our deeper relaxation and calmness. When you share that, so move the mind on the middle portion of the body, from the shoulder to the waist, and sensation, relaxation, and stillness is there. Then look inside the heart, in the space, feel the sensation, experience the calmness and quietness. This is what is happening. And we think as if something move the mind on the right leg, be there, feel sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Look inside, calmness and quietness. Mind, looking at the left leg, feel the sensation, relaxation, and stillness, calmness and quietness. Look at the entire body. Be there. Feel the sensation, relaxation and stillness. Look inside, calmness and quietness. Now, in that state, when we say, if we extend that state, it results into a deeper experience. So, what we should do, there are many ways. Breath awareness is the way, mantra is the way. So, you just look at the breath. Breath goes in, you say Shanto Ham. Breath comes out, you say Shanto Ham. But with the meaning and understanding. Meaning and understanding. Shanto Ham. But the moment the breath, do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. The moment the breath goes in, you say Shanto Ham. The breath comes out, you say Shanto Ham. That is all. So we are not changing the rate and the rhythm of the breath. Why we do not change? I say so? I say so because if the breath rate changes, it means the mind sneaks in. Mind is peeping. So we just become aware. We check the breath is normal, and then we find out. So we drop that impulsive nature by such a simple awareness. That is the key element here. So extending the period means that you are repeating Shantoham consciously. Awareness, Shantoham means I am the peace. So the mind keeps looking inside. It does not invite a thought that cause any impulsive action. So what happens? By regular practice, the mind reaches to the state of emptiness or nothingness. Mind wants to travel into the habit. You are aware, so it does not travel into that habit, so it does not invite any thought, for example, of the fear. But you return and you are persistent and consistent. Breath goes in, Shantoham. Breath comes out, Shantoham. Breath goes in, Shantoham. Breath comes out, Shantoham. You know what happens? You do it for an extended period of the time, daily and regularly. The time comes, the mind forgets Shantoham, and you start living into an extraordinary awareness where fear, anxiety, duality, conflict are absent. How come they have become absent? They, it's a delusional part. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms. Stay there for a while and know where you are. Bring the hands down. Continue, keep on repeating and understanding fear of the known is no fear at all. How are you? Unmute, unmute, unmute. I muted it. I can mute, but I cannot unmute. That is the system in Google Meet.
Oh,
Yes, now I can hear you.
okay. Yeah, I feel good and calm.
Good and calm. And did you understand that fear of the death?
Yes. Yeah.
There cannot be a fear of the unknown. I don't know. So when mind says, no, there is a fear of the death, what you do, just ask the mind, what is the date?
Okay.
What is the date? I don't know. So why you are saying there is a fear of death?
I didn't say that.
No,
You
I'm
said
just saying, I'm just saying an example. You did not say. We are, anytime in your life, even I have an anxiety. Okay, then what will happen? So I have an anxiety and I'm still talking about it. It means I don't have it.
how do you interpret the fear of traumata? People.
Fear of trauma is very, very low level of fear. Fear of death is the ultimate fear. That's why I take up the fear of the death.
I had what do you call it? Like a crisis. When I was young, 12, 13, 14, 15, out of the blue, there came this, my heart was...
My heart is beating fast and
the
the
heart was going very fast and I felt very uncomfortable. But I didn't have any vision of anything. So
this is another level of the fear. It is known as imaginary fear.
Yeah, but I mean, we in psychology we learn that that's a traumata that have affected even your parents.
Yes.
And when you were small, but you don't remember it.
Yes, you are right. You are right.
How you deal with it in the yoga philosophy?
Yeah, you have to ask them to sit down. First, you change their mind from that palpitation or trauma to few examples which correspond to a delusion and the status of reality. Oh, do you, when you see the mirage in the desert, have you ever touched the mirage?
No, I never saw any. I was
Nobody can. The moment you go near to the mirage is not there. It is non-existent. So it is an imaginary mirage. So by these and many more examples, you just say, okay, we will deal with it after 10 minutes. Let us understand this. So now see the moment, say, no, 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 you cannot touch the mirage. Mirage does not exist. Okay. What about the waves to the water? Oh, I see the waves, but is wave not the water? Oh, yes. Wave is also water. Wave is also water. So any sensation arise in the body experienced by the mind has to be understood in terms of waves to the water and mirage in the desert.
yeah, but but as a child, I remember traumata.
With you?
Yes, I mean, and I think that comes up, that remains in the subconscious and comes back later. I mean, for many months, my parents sent me from Berlin to my aunt's 2 hours.
Same thing, and the same thing with the fear of death. Every day you wake up, you have in the subconscious level that fear of the death. You see that?
But that's, oh,
Yeah, go ahead.
cortisol, which comes up at night, which
You see,
makes people
that is the problem with the
in the night and have anxiousness. And I learned that was a cortisol,
yeah,
which is in your body, and
yeah.
it comes out during the evening or overnight. That's when you feel uncomfortable and have anxiety.
Can you tell me, is awareness greater than cortisol and cortisol is greater than awareness?
I don't know. If you're aware of it,
No. You have the hormone, the negative hormone shoots up, you are angry. The moment you are aware, your anger goes down, even if that hormone has an excitement.
it's not anger, it's anxiety.
No, same thing. Now apply cortisol. Cortisol again is a chemical.
Yes.
Chemical is
It's
inert.
a hormone, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's a hormone. Hormone is inert. So is the inert powerful than awareness, or awareness is more powerful than the hormone? Tell me.
Yeah, but you have to learn it first.
That is why you have to learn it. Yes, you have to learn the Eastern wisdom. That's what I'm saying. You have to get to know
Today,
it.
I saw a friend. I haven't seen her in a long time. She is a psychotherapist. Okay.
Yeah.
And I told her, she says, oh, she is my age, maybe 1 year younger. She was
Okay.
there at the class, at the wellness center, the sports center, in one class, chair yoga. I do chair yoga now.
Okay.
And there she was. And I said, I didn't go to France. I had an anxiety attack. Okay.
Okay.
And then she told me that she has anxiety, and she I don't know whether she is still giving lessons, but she worked a lot as a psychotherapist.
Okay.
So she said she wakes up in anxiety. So I told her, you know what?
Why didn't you
What
tell her that
will
she
help
should?
you is omega number 3, 2,000 or 2,000 grams before you go to uh, 2 or 3 grams before you go to bed.
Okay.
She didn't know that. I mean, if you're a psychotherapist, you should be able to tell that your clients. I mean, all these people who work a little bit alternative, they have some knowledge. They should know it, how to help. So
Why didn't you tell her? Why didn't you tell her to join meditation session?
That's right. So I could have told her that too. So I told her, get it from Swanson and Swanson. They have them in 500 milligram and 1,000 milligram. So
Okay.
she thanked me, but said something she didn't know. I mean, this, of course, it's a supplement, and even Dr. Amen says so. Are you familiar with Dr. Amen?
Yeah. You told me. I have subscribed his email.
Yeah, I think he is quite extraordinary. He is always looking for natural things also. But there are certain things he always explains, depending what it is. There is a certain kind of medication, depending whether it's a frontal lobe or who the ambic system or who knows what. So anyway, but no, but I'm taking also for cortisol omega-3, and it's very helpful.
Oh, that's really good.
And it's something people should take also in general for many other things.
What is one thing that we should understand? Yes, it helps. Lot of things that helps. I have no doubt about it. But what is very important, that omega-3 does not contain self-awareness. We contain self-awareness.
That's
And
right.
that can help us anywhere and everywhere. But omega-3, can you say, mine, I'm taking omega-3, my anxiety will go down? You cannot say that. But this
I think people who deal with herbs, they really are convinced. There was a German woman. It's something which comes from God. And it contains more than just the physical stuff, but also there is a spiritual thing transferred to plants. There were famous pastors and theologians in Germany hundreds of years ago.
This year, next year, I'll go with you.
Okay. All right.
All right. Thank you. And we'll meet Thursday.
Okay, Thursday. Yes. Good night.